Hey everyone, it's Brandy and welcome back to my channel, Brandy Janae's Bookshelf, or welcome if this is your first time on my channel. And today I'm going to be doing a book haul. I figured since I'm getting back into the swing of things with my channel, I would go ahead and just do one big book haul of all the books that I have gotten since I haven't been posting videos. I do realize that I have books that I received before I packed all my stuff up and moved that are still currently in storage. So eventually, at some point, whenever I get my books out of storage, I will put them in whatever book haul is coming up next. And I have a feeling this video is going to be kind of long because I do have quite a bit of books. So I guess go get a snack or something and enjoy. If you guys haven't seen one of my book hauls recently, I don't really go into descriptions of books and book hauls because I like to save that for either TBR videos or mainly for wrap-up / reviews, just so the videos aren't super long. I'm gonna go ahead and start with all the books that I picked up from the dollar store. Dollar Tree is the specific dollar store I'm talking about. Anytime we go, I try to go stop at their book section because sometimes you can find really good books there for obviously $1 since it is a dollar store. So I picked up a few that I know that I had been looking at some point. The first book that I have that I picked up from the dollar store was City of Saints and Thieves by Natalie C. Anderson. The next one that I picked up is another YA. I believe City of Saints and Thieves is a YA contemporary mystery thriller type book, and the next one is also a YA, but this one I think is just contemporary, and that is The Unlikelies by Carrie Firestone. The reason I decided to pick this one up is because I did read the author's debut novel. It's called The Loose Ends List, and I really enjoyed that one, and I was interested in picking up some of her other books. I think she had 2 other books that I know about, but for whatever reason I just never got around to it. And yeah, so when I saw this I decided to pick it up, and this is one of those books that has really pretty hardcover on the book. The next one that I picked up was Berserker by Emmy Laybourne. The next one that I have is Dividing Eden by Joelle Charbonneau. Not completely sure how to say that. Another book that I remember seeing around. I don't know if I really heard anybody talking about this book, but I remember seeing the cover around a lot and I was intrigued. I remember reading the synopsis. It was about I think twin brothers that were fighting for the throne or whatever, if I'm not mistaken, but I never did pick it up, like I said, with all the rest of these, so I didn't know if I would enjoy it or not. However, since I picked it up, I did look at reviews and I felt like I saw a lot of bad reviews for this book, so I'm a little skeptical. But once again, if I don't end up liking it, it's not a huge deal because I only paid $1 plus tax, obviously, but I only paid $1 for it. The next one that I picked up was Blood for Blood by Ryan Groudon, and this is the sequel to Wolf by Wolf. The only reason I picked this up was because I do have a copy of Wolf by Wolf that I received in a book box. And the final book that I picked up from the dollar store was also a sequel to a book that I currently have. They're both packed up in storage, but this is Stiletto by Daniel O'Malley. This is the sequel to The Rook. So moving on from the books that I got from the dollar store, I'm just going to, I guess, go through, how do I want to do this? I think I'm gonna go through middle grade. I think these are all middle grade, don't quote me on that. The first one that I'm gonna show off is Tristan Sky Punches a Hole in the Sky by Kwame Mbali. I'm sorry if I'm saying his name wrong. This is, I know for sure that this is a middle grade book, and this is part of the Rick Riordan Presents imprint under Disney. I don't have the actual copy with me at the moment because this is just the dust jacket. My little brother is currently using it to read for one of his school assignments, so that's why I just have the dust cover here with me. But I did pick up a copy of that for me and him to read. And then I also picked up Sci-Fu. This is, I'm pretty sure, a middle grade comic slash graphic novel. I've been seeing this around when I was looking up comics and stuff, and I figured this would be another good one for my little brother to read, and I was also interested in checking it out, so that's why I picked this one up. I decided to just switch a book to a different section. So now I'm going to talk about some books that I received for free. Two of the books that I have to talk about, I won them in the Bookish First giveaway, and then two other books I received, two other books I received directly from the publisher. So as far as the Bookish First books, I have The Sin in the Steel by Ryan Van Loan. The other book that I have that I received from or through Bookish First was Deal with the Devil by Kit Rocha. The next two books that I wanted to talk about that I received for free, these came from Penguin Teen. These are two books in the Fly Girl series, and the first one that I have is Lux the New Girl, and then it's also Micah the Good Girl, and these are both by Ashley Woodfolk. They're part of a series. I'm not exactly sure how many are supposed to be in the series, but both of these are out now. Thank you to Penguin Teen for sending these my way. The next stack of books that I'm going to move on to are all romance novels. So I have The Bromance Book Club and Undercover Bromance by Lisa K. Adams. I also picked up The Boyfriend Project by Farah Rokon. Also, You Had Me at Ola by Alexis Daria. I believe I won a copy of this from Goodreads, a Goodreads giveaway, and this is Take a Hit, Danny Brown by Talia Hibbert. And the final book that I have to talk about that is strictly romance was sent to me by the author for review. That is Like Lovers Do by Tracy Livesay. This next section of books that I'm going to talk about is a mix of pre-orders, and also I was kind of in a mood where I was just like, I want new books. I want to, like, I thought I was getting back into the reading mode, and I wanted to get a bunch of books. I kind of just went a little crazy, but one of the pre-orders was The Other Side of the Sky by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. I actually just got this one, what was it, last week that it came out, or maybe it's been a couple weeks since this came out. And sticking to that theme of authors, I also have a paperback copy of Aurora Rising by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. And then I do also have the sequel, which was a pre-order for me, which is Aurora Burning, also by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. Just going along with kind of random books right now, I also picked up the Arc of the Scythe trilogy by Neil Schusterman. I thought that I didn't have any of them, so I was like, let me pick up the box set. But then after I got the box set, I'm pretty sure that I actually bought a copy of Scythe. So I might have an extra copy of the first book in storage, which would suck, but it's kind of is what it is right now. Kind of switching it up just a little bit. I have some adult books that I picked up that I wanted to try. So I have The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin, and I also picked up The 100,000 Kingdoms, also by N.K. Jemisin. And then I also picked up The Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter, another adult book that I picked up that honestly is a little outside of my comfort zone, but it sounded interesting, so I wanted to try. But that is To Sleep in the Stars by Christopher Paolini. Okay, going back into, honestly, I don't have these in any type of order. I think they're all mixed up, YA and adult together, because I just pulled them off of the shelf that I'm currently using. But the next one that I have is A Blade So Black by L.L. McKinney. And then I got A Song of Race and Ruin by Roseanne A. Brown. And then I have Chosen Ones by Veronica Roth. I actually got this one for my birthday this year. I also picked up Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer. I'm kind of regretting picking this up now, especially after hearing what everybody who has already read it has said about it. And then another big chunk of a book is House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. This is the first book in a new series. I have already read this, thankfully. I was really excited for it, and for the most part, I really enjoyed this one. So I have two more books to talk about before the final stack, I guess, that I have. The first one of those is From Blood and Ash and A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire by Jennifer L. Armentrout. These are books 1 and 2 in a series. The final stack of books that I have to talk about are all books that came in our crate. So yeah, I think all but one of them came in a monthly crate, and I'm pretty sure that, like I said at the beginning of the video, that it's maybe 1 or 2 other special editions that I got before I moved that I didn't bring with me because it was just a bit much. So those are packed up at the moment. But I have Ruthless Guides by Emily A. Duncan, which is the sequel to Wicked Saints. Yes, I think it was Wicked Saints. Next, I have Witchy by Ariel Slamit Reese. You know what? I just realized that this is not the last stack. I actually have a whole stack of manga that I have not gone through yet. So, yeah, not quite done yet. And the next book that I got in our crate is Goddess and the Machine by Laura Beth Johnson. And as you can probably tell, this is an exclusive edition from our crate as well. It has different colors in the pages on the outside are spray gold, and it also is signed by the author. And I do actually have a second copy of it. I actually won this copy in a Goodreads giveaway, which is actually pretty funny. I won this one before, I think like the month before the Outcrate edition came out. I didn't know that this was going to be in an Outcrate box, or probably wouldn't have entered the giveaway. I'm not sure, but then I still might have ended up with a copy because the publisher Pingleton actually reached out to me and was like, hey, we found extra, I think, art copies of the book, and they asked if I would like one. I was like, well, I actually just want to give away, so I don't need it. I thought that was pretty funny. I ended up with 2 copies so you could see the difference in the covers. And it goes to the back as well. I think I'm going to keep both copies of the book because I did really enjoy this book and I like having both editions. Next, I have Star Daughter by Shvet. I don't know how to say the author's name, and I really don't want to butcher that, but here is the cover. This is another exclusive cover. I'm pretty sure that all of the Outcrate books that I have are exclusive in some way. But yeah, and we have purple sprayed pages. Hopefully that is picking up with the lighting that I have right now. Next, there is All the Stars and Teeth by Adeline Grace. And then we have Horrid by Katrina Leno. This one actually came in the September box. Then there's The Kingdom of Back by Marie Lu. And this one does have like the silver pages. I'm not sure how well that's showing up on camera, but it does have silver sprayed pages. I'm not sure if this is exclusive to Outcrate, but there is a map on the end pages, and there's this on the hardcover. Then there's Bone Crier's Moon by Catherine Purdy, and this one does also have sprayed pages. Then there's Incendiary by Zoraida Cordova. And the final book that I have from Outcrate is Where Dreams Descend by Janella Angeles. This doesn't have a dust jacket at all. You've probably seen these already, but All the designs for this one is printed directly on the hardback. There is the spine of that, and then there is the back of the book. And if you didn't know, with our crate, all of the books that we receive have signed tip-in sheets, I believe now, and we receive a letter from the author with the books as well. Now on to the final stack. I thought that was the last stack, but I forgot that I didn't go through any of my manga. So I picked up quite a bit of manga, not too much, not as much as I would like, but that's okay. Some of these are still in plastic wrap because I still haven't read them. I have them kind of in order of size because that's how they were stacked up on my shelves. So that's how I'm just going to show them off. So first I have 10 Count Volume 1. Right on the front it says parental advisory, explicit content. Hopefully you can see the cover a little better. Sorry about the glare because of the plastic wrap. I don't feel like taking it off right now. I also have Fire in His Fingertips Volume 1 by Kawano Tanishi. I have already read this one. I have Skip Beat Volume 44 by Yoshiki Nakamura. One of my favorite series. I'm sure if you've been on my channel for a while, you have heard me raving about the series. And then I have An Incurable Case of Love Volume 3 and Volume 4 by Maki and Joji. And if I'm not mistaken, Volume 5 is either out or coming out very soon. Then I have Anonymous Noise Volume 1 by Ryoko Fukuyama. And then next I have Happy Sugar Volume 1 and Volume 2 by Tomiyaki Kagisora. I think I'm saying that right, sorry. And I'm pretty sure that both of these are horror, but I have not read them yet. I think I'm going to read them in October. And then I have Kaguya-sama Love is War Volume 1 by Akasaka. Sorry about these names. Some of these are, or pretty much all the ones that I purchased are either series that I was already reading or series that I have been looking into recently and I was interested, so I picked them up. And then I have Children of the Wells Volume 1 by Abi Umeda. I think this is one of the few fantasies that I picked up. And then the final 3 manga that I have to talk about, or that I purchased since I've been gone from my channel, are all part of the same series. So I have Sweat and Soap Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3, all by Kintetsu Yamato. Ooh, had a bookmark in there. So yeah, I have already read Volumes 1 and Volume 2. I read both of them like back to back. And I recently picked up Volume 3. And as you can probably tell, I have been enjoying the series, which is why I have so many. With those, that is all of the books that I purchased since February, I think, because I think my last book haul was January. And actually it's not, I know that I have a few books that I received probably in February, or I think mainly just February, that I purchased or got as gifts. I know Bethany sent me a book back in February and I was going to talk about it in a book haul, and I just didn't get around to that before I left. So I just mentioned it in whatever book haul when I get all the rest of my books back. But yeah, those are all the books that I have with me that I have purchased since February or the end of January. And it was a lot. I still don't know how many that was, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more from me, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you can turn on your notifications so you know when I post. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye.